Gore, Tim Nurse. Then you have Scottish international Jamie Golden, John T. Griffiths, as formerly mentioned, Ben Park, David Goodfield, Nick Park, Sam Spencer at the back, James Gould, another England and GB international, Oriel Galana, as mentioned, Jamie Taylor and Jack Middleton. Head coach Mark Pern, obviously formerly of East Grinstead, and manager also Matt Jones, formerly of East Grinstead. Good to be welcoming back those in the management team and also former players. The weather currently is a bit overcast, a bit chilly, but the floodlights are on, and hopefully we should be in for a cracker this evening. So fingers crossed you'll stick around and enjoy the game.
The world is constantly in motion, moving fast, and it all runs on data. By the power of technology, we bring people together, wherever they are, and keep the data they depend on flowing round the clock. Our data center, cloud and mobility solutions support business-critical functions in the most innovative and demanding sectors, from genetic science and cancer research to autonomous vehicles and space exploration. We build automated data centers, driving sustainable energy, helping to conserve our planet. Our technology connects you to the data and the people you need, safely, securely, and reliably. Focus, powering your digital transformation.
So Surbiton coming into this game off the back of a red-hot 9-1 win against Brooklands Manchester University at home. Luke Taylor grabbing a load of goals from penalty corners, who we all know, a local lad, Luke Taylor, used to be at Sackville School in East Grinstead. Great to see him in the goals. East Grinstead obviously had their bye week last week as 11 teams in the league, but the week before suffered a 7-0 loss to Old Georgians away from home. And a tough game there. Obviously, I don't know if some of you read the news, but obviously Sam Lloyd, the East Grinstead first choice goalkeeper, suffered a concussion injury in that, so East Grinstead had to go to a forward, Luke Emmett, who they put in goal rather than opting for a keeping back. And then after that, I think the goals started to flow. Having a forward in goal wasn't too great, but they'll be looking to bounce back from that. Obviously at home, the home crowd behind them, looking like we've got a lot of good numbers in this evening under the floodlights, Saturday night lights. Should be a great game. Always is between East Grinstead and Surbiton. Going back to their rivalry, I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, these two were battling for the league every season. Yeah, so Surbiton obviously having lost a few internationals. Alan Forsyth, the most notable, top goal scorer. Seems like every season he's been in the league, to be honest. But him obviously going to HGC, a big loss for them up front, but they recruited well, a few new good players in, a few good youngsters as always with Surbiton, and yeah, they're always a threat going forward and from corners as well, as we heard from Luke Taylor, who's in red hot form after last game. This month is obviously Breast Cancer Awareness Month. East Grinstead have been running their Play in Pink campaign, which has been a hit so far, raised over £4,500, and that's been thanks to Junior B. Chapel, who's been generating sponsorship and driving that. So really well done to her and everyone in the club who's donated. We had our raffle draw earlier today, a few great prizes. I won some hairspray, which was great, unfortunately, but you know, I was hoping for the Mercedes-Benz driving experience, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and at the end of the day, it's all for a great cause. So yeah, that's why you might be seeing, you can see East Grinstead in the pink bibs and a few in the crowd dotted around with their pink jumpers on, all for a great cause, and great that we could sort of participate and raise that amount for breast cancer awareness. So yeah, really well done to everyone who's donated. Check our social media channels for links on how you can still donate to that. Obviously running for the whole month of October. So yeah, any money would be greatly appreciated. But thanks for everyone who's donated so far. Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to St Hill for this England Hockey Men's Premier Division fixture. I will be your commentator for the evening, Luke Leman, joined by Lawrence Richards and George Mustin. Lawrence, great evening for a game. You looking forward to this one?
Really looking forward to it. Lovely weather, nice temperature. Yeah, nice to have you here, Luke. I'm also here with George. George, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to the game. Both teams look excited, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, obviously a highly anticipated game, this one. East Grinstead searching for that first win, hoping the home crowd can get them over the line. Surbiton looking to extend that lead at the top of the table. 4 wins from 4 for them so far, so should be a great game. Hotly contested one.
Yeah, Surbiton in really good form. I think they're probably favourites coming into this, aren't they? East Grinstead maybe been a bit unlucky, in previous fixtures, but looking to bounce back here. They've got a strong squad, good togetherness. Hopefully we can get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the performances have been good from East Grinstead so far, as you did say, Lawrence. Struggling to get the results over the line, but hopefully they can change that today, get the 3 points on the board, which they desperately need, and push on up the league from there.
Yeah, unlucky last week. What with the concussion injury? I mean, that was always going to set them back.
Yeah, tough.
Made things almost impossible. So we can kind of write that one off as in the form guide. But apart from that, we've had some good performances, just not getting the goals we needed.
Absolutely tough to take away from home. But looking to bounce back, obviously Richard Curtis in goal this evening. Very strong keeper from South Africa. Not the end of the world with that concussion injury, but we obviously wish Sam Lloyd all the best in his recovery and hope to see him back on the pitch soon.
I'm excited to see Luke Taylor back at East Grinstead, his former club, boyhood club, now tearing it up at Surbiton. I know, who knows what his emotions are this evening.
Yeah, no, the emotions here, there definitely will be there for Luke. He spent a lot of his time as a youngster here, probably till he was about 18, 19, before heading off to uni. Very local, lived in East Grinstead, born and bred. So, yeah, I mean, the emotions will be mixed for him, but I mean, he's a quality player now, scoring goals at the moment. As we said, scored a lot last week against Brooklyn. So, yeah, I think he will be all right.
Absolutely, yeah. For those unfamiliar with Luke Taylor, he's a drag flick specialist. So any short corners that Surbiton win, keep an eye out for him on the top of the D. He'll be flicking them, and East Grinstead will do well to keep them out.
Absolutely, and obviously brother of Zach Taylor, who's well known for playing in the East Grinstead men's second 11. Zach's obviously the older brother. Luke trying to prove his point in the family, maybe being the younger brother. But no, it should be good. Zach's not in attendance today, so maybe that will play a part in Luke's performance. We don't know, but yeah, hopefully, it'll be a great game this evening.
Yeah, Luke Taylor played under many a quality captain in the under-16s and under-18s. I know him well as a player. He'll be looking to tear it up tonight, I'm sure.
No, absolutely, and obviously, he's speaking about a great captain. That's obviously our very own Lawrence Richards, sat next to me in the commentary box.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was me, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and it was great to have him here. A legend at the club.
He was always hard to keep under wraps, Luke Taylor.
Yeah, and obviously Lawrence taught him everything he knows. But
watch for the V-drags. That was straight from my
V-drags. The V-drags are a classic. Hard to miss. A staple of the game of Lawrence Richards. Not sure what the delay is here. We're looking to get underway as soon as possible for you all at home to enjoy. But keep your comments and your stuff on our social media channels coming in. Let us know where you're watching from. It'd be great to know, where you're watching from. Who's in the most extreme places. Are people staying up? New Zealand, Australia. Are people around Europe? Let us know. But yeah, it should be a great game. It looks as though there's a bit of an issue with the goalkeepers. So an issue behind the goals, maybe. I know at the East Grinstead end, it looks like Richard Curtis chatting to the umpire.
I can see Luke Emmett in the middle of the pitch there, top quality player, formerly of UE University. I know him well. He's a good lad. I think a team player. I expect to see a lot of team play from him. Selfless, in hockey from him. Looking forward. Number 4 there in the middle of your pitch.
Yeah, quality player, team player. Obviously, we see at centre forward, just dropping back now, Jamie Wallace was at Tokyo with Canada. Big guy, obviously big unit up front, bit of a target man, Andy Carroll. But great, rolls strong, clinical in the D. They'll look to try and feed the ball into him as much as possible, try and get shots away, corners, get outcomes in the D.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to seeing him get on the ball. As you say, big lad, got a good strength, but also a pacey guy. Really a good lad as well. So really looking forward to seeing what he can offer.
Yeah, no, an exciting player to watch. Looking at across East Grinstead's forward line as well, Louis Gittins coming in after scoring a lot of goals. He'll be looking to continue that form into this game. He's been red hot since signing for East Grinstead a season or two ago from Reading, coming back. Yeah, I just seen Phil Cootie here, club chairman, excited about the game. Confident, Phil? I'm getting nods. from the chairman. He's confident.
Here we go. Aerial straight forward.
Have to back your own players.
Early ball for East Grinstead now, up in the 25. Let's see what they can do with it. Try and get an outcome here.
Into the D already from East Grinstead. Calmly driven out by Luke Taylor. Very well played out the corner there from Surbiton. Rob Farrington driving the ball up the pitch. Well picked from Rostock.
It's unlucky from East Grinstead. Good early pressure, but as you say, really nice hockey to work that out. Nothing getting pumped, just nice calm composure from the lads at the back there.
Absolutely, great to see. And obviously Surbiton with their new kit sponsors Mizuno in the black shirts, the white shorts and the black socks. East Grinstead in their classic white shirts, blue shorts and white socks. Ben Mackey standing over this and takes the free hit back to Sam Hatherley.
George, you've been training with these lads recently, getting some really good experience in. How's it been? Good culture around the team?
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely made me better as a player. You know, you just got to be quick on the ball, but yeah, they're good lads, and I'm sure they're going to want to win tonight.
Bit of a reform to this East Grinstead team, trying to sort of get a different ethos into the club, you know, selfless, less individual hockey. Have you learned from that?
Third party there in the D. Turnover, so East Grinstead's ball, 16. Great quick move there from Surbiton though. East Grinstead really can try and stuff that out.
Great pace there. Can he get to that before it goes off? Well defended.
Luke Taylor shepherding that one out. They'll take the 16 and rebuild Surbiton from the back.
Here we'll see them utilise a quick transfer into the pocket and out again.
It looks as though East Grinstead are sticking with a zonal press, Lawrence. So what are your thoughts on that? What are the sort of the troubles that will come with that? What are the benefits? You know, obviously in the second 11, the commentary team all playing for the men's second 11 this season. We're trying a similar press. What are the benefits? Why would they be sticking to this sort of press?
Yeah, I think contemporary hockey, you know, it's the way to go these days. As we see him going to the D, nothing. I think that's a 16. Yeah. That's sorry, Surbiton ball still at the 25. Let's just see this one out. Yeah, they're transferring out. Yeah, that's the way that hockey's moving in the zonal press. For those of you unaware, the zonal press basically involves no man marking. You just leave in pockets, and then those pockets, when they get played into, the defenders will step in their 3s and 4s and try and win the ball back quickly for a quick ball counter attack. A lot of teams playing that in the Premier League, and East Grinstead for the first time are utilising that. So you might see players not marking, but that's all deliberate. They're setting traps for the opposition, try and win the ball back high up the pitch.
Yeah. As you say, Loz, a lot of teams sticking to that now in the Premier League. A lot of ball being won in midfield and higher up the pitch. And you can see it looks as though Surbiton, as you just said, Loz, we were saying that, you know, most teams in the Premier League seem to this. Looks as though Surbiton are pressing the same way with the zonal sort of look. And here we have Louis Gittins driving forward with the ball. Out to Luke Emmett. Delivers.
Into D. Oh, great block there. That's unlucky. Well played, East Grinstead. Yeah, so in terms of pros and cons of the zonal press, you know, to get out of it, you need quick ball. So you need to get into those pockets and then either play out or forward quickly and move through those traps that East Grinstead will create. From an East Grinstead point of view, you know, the fitness is key. You've got to be on your toes. You can't be marking too closely because you've got to let that ball come in. But as soon as it does, the trap has got to be sprung. And, you know, it's a case of the furthest man back, just kind of trying to shepherd the ball, making sure it doesn't go forward. As East Grinstead come here, that's an absolute chop. And can we see a short corner? Oh, no. That's unlucky. That's not far from Surbiton. In it goes now into the D. Can we get anything from this? We'll pull it back. Is that short corner? Oh, that's unlucky from East Grinstead.
Louis Gittins tries to get a stick in there on the cross into the D. Obviously looking to add to his goal tally for the season, but unfortunately just hit the back of his stick, it looks as though. And Surbiton looked to counter quickly through the left here with Sam Spencer. And he goes back to the back, reset for Surbiton, transfer the ball. Luke Taylor on it now.
Just an example there of the fast pace that these types of games are played at. George, how's that transition been, moving up from the 2s to the 1s, that increase in pace? It must be difficult to handle with. Yeah,
well, I wouldn't say I'm quite in the 1s yet, but training with them is definitely helping me out, and the pace is a lot quicker. Like on the ball, like you've seen just there, it's the quick balls that get through the press, and that's what Surbiton are doing right now.
Yeah, just the speed of thought there. You know, the 1-touch, 2-touch hockey, the pace is incredible. As we see, and Surbiton trying to enter the East Grinstead D. Great challenge there at left back. Well played, and that's fantastic dribbling. Yeah, and here we go. See, East Grinstead trying to release, maybe an aerial come in. Oh, a little fake, moves out of the line, but he's giving it away. Here comes Surbiton into the D. Pulls it back. Can they deliver? Try and get a shot off. That's a foot from
Ross
stop. And that's a short corner. Unlucky.
Ross stop foot. Well worked from Surbiton there. A cheap giveaway from East Grinstead once they retained the ball. I think it was Sam Hadley tried to look to go inside. Just went to that Surbiton forward. And a corner. So in terms of corner routines, Lawrence, we obviously know that Luke Taylor will probably be the main threat for them. But I mean, any sort of preference? What do you think East Grinstead will run here? Running out a sort of a 3-1, a 2-2. What would you look to do? Obviously, we can't see yet what Surbiton are going to set up. It looks as though they're going to 2 castles. Yeah, 2 castles there. So what would you think East Grinstead will run here?
Yeah, I'd like to see them run a 2-2. I mean, I'm almost certain that we'll see a straight flick from Luke Taylor here as we see time given. Just East Grinstead repairing their safety measures, but almost certain that Luke Taylor will have a go off the top here. He often likes to go low, bottom left. So, yeah, I'd like to see 2 quick runners just putting a good amount of pressure on this injection.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan Faulkner coming round, putting the box in, the knee pads on, and he'll be the number 1 runner for East Grinstead. It depends whether they go 1 or 2, as we've just discussed with Lawrence. Looks like the postman's coming out as well. So whistle from the umpire and then play, and we'll see what happens.
Injection comes in. Luke Taylor off the top.
Oh, what a flick. What a flick. Bottom right.
It's a great flick.
No chance for the postman there. Ross Stott. Hard, low, just above the backboard. Great flick from Luke Taylor. Must be nice scoring his return to St Hill, Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, it must be mixed emotions. You know, he was a big EG lad, but he's a Surbiton boy now, and he's always up there in the top goal scorers in the Premier League. So he'll be happy to get another one there. I mean, as we said, we won before the game. You know, that's his speciality. He's done it for Great Britain. He's doing it again for Surbiton. As we see EG give the ball away cheaply here. Surbiton counter now quickly. Can they get men around? That's a great challenge. Oh, that's unlucky.
Oh, unlucky, yeah. It looks
really
as though
unlucky.
He might have got the stick before the ball there. Surbiton driving in now.
That is a great challenge, and here comes Grinstead away with the ball.
Superb. Notice the non-celebration from Luke Taylor there, showing good respect to the home fans. Obviously, much loved member, former junior, so it's good to see a bit of class there.
George, do we think that short corner could have been avoided? I mean, East Grinstead had the ball. You know, we were playing calmly, and then we just gave it away in one of the worst positions in the pitch.
Yeah, well, obviously it's hard to try and defend your feet in the D, but Ross he looked a bit off balance, so putting it on his foot was the easy option for the Surbiton player.
Yeah, we need East Grinstead to have safer ball there if we're going to stand a chance against this quality Surbiton team.
Absolutely, and it looked as though no real danger in the corner. East Grinstead could have cleared it possibly through an aerial from Dan Faulkner. Looked to try and play out a bit tiki-taka style, but yeah, sort of one too many passes in that area, and you can't afford to give it away at the top of your own D or in your 25. So East Grinstead made to pay for that cheap turnover.
Again, there East Grinstead losing it slightly cheaply. You know, they've got to make sure they secure that ball on the post up. Surbiton come again with the transfer.
And you can see now up front for East Grinstead, we've got number 20, Luke Holland. Great to see some of the youngsters coming through the ranks here at East Grinstead. Luke's been a member at East Grinstead since he could hold a stick. So it's great to see him progressing through, obviously, the England staff and now playing in the men's first team. Great to see the youngsters given a chance here.
Yeah, it's great to see youth being promoted at East Grinstead, as it always has been. As you say, Luke moving through the Britain academies and making his way into the Premier League team is fantastic from him at the age of, I want to say 16, 17, Luke?
Yeah, I think around 17, 18. I'll try and get confirmation for you.
Yeah, what a fantastic achievement from him. Yeah. He'll be trying to push for a starting place in these sort of teams, and a massive bright future for the kid.
Who are up front as well, as we've seen now a few leads in the D. Ben Mackey with a nice one-touch pass. Unfortunate there's a slip.
That's great defence from Zerbs. I thought East Grinstead might be in there with a short corner, but really well picked up and moved out. Yeah. Oh, high press here from East Grinstead. Oh, that's a 16. Bad place to give the ball away there.
Yeah, can't afford to do that. Obviously, you see number 26 as well, Tom Tyres. Great to see him playing in the first team. Joined East Grinstead a couple of years ago from Mid-Sussex first team, was the captain there, local club at East Grinstead in Haywards Heath. And great to see him move up the ranks. He played a lot for us in the men's second team, and he's been working hard, training hard, and it's great to see him rewarded with a place in the men's first team. So
yeah, really good guy. He looks after his fitness, always doing the right thing, works really hard, a selfish kind of player. So yeah, great to see him giving time, and he posts up well there, and East Grinstead win the free hit.
Looks as though it would be Gurmuk Bamra to take this for East Grinstead, just to keep the ball, transferring it well. Sam Hatherley over to Dan Faulkner.
Looks to see here Surbiton with the high forward, and then the wingers staying a little bit back behind that line. East Grinstead break the line there, and that's down
great
to the
ball.
Oh, so a missed pick for East Grinstead in the D. It's unfortunate, and
Very
it's a
unfortunate.
Surbiton ball.
Great vision there from the midfield. Ollie Lander that was with the pass. Great ball, great vision. Not sure how he saw that. I didn't see it, certainly.
Ichi trying to give the crowd something to cheer here. We've got good attendance under the lights. It's a nice evening for it.
Great evening. Great to see so many in on this Saturday evening. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the lights are on. The weather's not too bad, not too chilly, and it's obviously some great quality hockey on display in the men's Premier Division. So hopefully, sooner rather than later, the home crowd can give something to will their team on. And obviously, the score is currently 1-0 to Surbiton after a great Luke Taylor drag flick. 1 from 1 from penalty corners.
Yes, as you can see, a bit of smoke under the floodlights over there. A lot of the fans waiting for the barbecue to start up. They're all cheering on, and they're looking forward to the night out tonight.
Unfortunate there, just as George was talking about the barbecue, East Grinstead concede the penalty corner, put onto a foot just around the top of the D, and we know what happened last time, and East Grinstead praying they can get a touch on this one, most likely again to be Luke Taylor. But George, talk to me more about the barbecue. So what's on offer over there from your perspective?
Well, I'm actually a veggie myself.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I bought my own sausages today because there's normally not any veggie ones on offer, but
Okay.
they cook them very well. There's burgers, sausages. It's going well.
Is there cheese and
Cheese.
sauces of various
Yeah,
selections?
anything you want from barbecue. they've got it
Absolutely.
over there.
Wow. I might make my way over there shortly. That sounds incredible.
Yeah, for those of you watching the live stream, it's great to watch the game online, but there's nothing like being here in person. So if you can make it down to East Grinstead home games, we always value your support.
Here we go. Surbiton with the injection. Bit of a mistrap there. Unfortunate. Luke Taylor opted for the reverse. A bit high, so wouldn't have counted if it did find the back of the net. But well defended there from East Grinstead. Obviously a bit fortunate with the mistrap.
Yeah, we're going to have to East Grinstead are going to have to ride their luck a little bit with those types of chances because,
Yeah.
I mean, with that attack there, Surbiton almost just looking for the short corner, really. They're not even looking to, get shots off because they've got such a potent threat in Luke Taylor. So anything in the D, watch Surbiton trying to win a foot. Surbiton driving here, East Grinstead trying to get 5. They move into the D, and that's another foot, I do believe. It's just outside.
Just outside the D there.
So we won't have a short corner, which is exactly what East Grinstead want. Trying to make those challenges outside. Now that Surbiton trying to move it 5 so they can get into the D. Out he comes, back to
great
him,
pass.
down the baseline. Great
good
challenge from East Grinstead. Well
That's
played.
Ben Mackey there
Ben
off
Mackey,
the back
doing
line.
what fitness that guy has.
Absolutely, and obviously Surbiton looking to work the ball in. And I mean, if we had a threat like Luke Taylor at corners, I mean, we'd look to try and win penalty corners as much as they did because it's almost a certain goal. I mean, with his conversion rate very high at the moment. So don't blame Surbiton for looking for the foot in the D, but also we'd like to see a few shots off testing the goalkeeper, Richard Curtis.
How do you feel about how the game's going in terms of just general play, lads? I mean, we've had the short corner, and as we say, that there's always going to be a threat, and East Grinstead have penetrated the D, but no real clear-cut chances, would you say, so far?
No, I'd say Surbiton have dominated the ball and had the better of the chances so far, obviously winning the 2 penalty corners. East Grinstead have sort of looked to counter and press as much as they can. No real outcomes yet, but Surbiton, as I said, are the majority of the ball, majority of the chances. So East Grinstead, we're coming to the end of the first quarter here, about 4 minutes roughly to go. So East Grinstead will be looking to try and get a better foothold in the game, maybe keep the ball for a bit of a longer spell of possession, Loz. I mean, just keeping the ball, trying to take the sting out of this Surbiton side could prove, crucial if East Grinstead wants to get back in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. We'd love to see East Grinstead just be a little bit safer with the ball here, as we see getting challenged on the wing. Let's get quick ball, get it under and move it on. And as you say, just try and take the sting out of the momentum of Surbiton right now. Ben Mackey, really nice drive forward. East Grinstead on the move. Can we get anything from this last couple of minutes in the quarter as Surbiton pick the ball up and try and move it out? Yeah, that's well played. Great composure.
Well played.
East Grinstead high pressure, trying to win the ball high. Again, Surbiton just lovely composure. That's unlucky. We do well with the high pressure. We'll pick the ball.
Looked a bit high there,
East
but
Grinstead.
yeah, it looked a bit high, I thought, above the knee, and the umpires agreed with me there. Given an East Grinstead ball, Surbiton not too happy about that one. Was 50-50 really when it's the knee, of whether it's dangerous or not, and the umpires decided to give an East Grinstead ball.
Number 13 in the D, another Canadian player. Very skillful. If he gets on the ball in the D, he'll be dangerous, and hopefully he's looking for some goals tonight.
It would be, as I say, East Grinstead haven't really had a lot of shots on target so far. I mean, a few D entries, but nothing to come of that. And it'll be good to see former EG used to play in the second 11 with us, a few caps in the ones as well. Oreo Galana tested. Great to welcome him back.
As you see there, Surbiton beating the trap. That's fantastic play against the zonal press. You've got 4 players around him. He takes 2 V drags, and out he comes, and now into the East Grinstead D.
Fantastic tackle there from Dan Faulkner. A bit of 3D skills. So I believe that's James Gall or Johnny Gall. Is that number 4?
Yeah.
Good bit of 3D skills. And yeah, Dan Faulkner were managing to win the ball in the air. A bit of a risk-reward challenge. You know, it always is in the D when the opposition player lifts it, but managed to get all the ball there and wins the 16.
So as we discussed, the zonal press, East Grinstead was setting traps there. It came into the pocket, which is exactly what they wanted. 4 men around the player, but the Surbiton player, excellent skills to move the ball quickly through the lines. And you can see the cons of the zonal press in that when they do play through the lines, there's a quick counter-attack and they're into East Grinstead D.
So yeah, great tactical insight there from Lawrence on the zonal press, and we can see teams will look to try and lead wide and utilise the outsiders, and that's a sort of way of getting around the zonal press because that's where all the space is. You can see now the transfer from Luke Taylor around the back into midfield. Tom Sorsby, England and Great Britain international, driving forward.
Interesting to see Luke Taylor at centre back today. Obviously his preferred position is always somewhere in the back 4. As a junior, always found him in midfield, so it's interesting.
Oh, great save from Richard Curtis. Sorry, Lawrence, but unlucky there. Richard Curtis cutting out the cross and just putting it onto an East Grinstead foot, but a good clearance from him.
It was unlucky, yeah. It was good defence there. Again, we've got this horrible threat at the Surbiton short corner, but it was a nice challenge. Just unlucky to see an EG foot hit that one. In comes Luke Taylor at the top of the D. He'll be having the lead discussion there. What's going on? I mean, you can't think of anything else but a straight flick here, really, can you?
No, he'll be licking his lips, especially after going 1 from 2. Obviously, not a lot he could have done about the second one with the missed trap. A bit of improvisation with the reverse stick shot, and yeah, East Grinstead just padding up now, getting the knee pads on, because obviously if you wear one of these on the knee from Luke Taylor, who flicks it extremely hard, yeah, that would be you out for a few weeks at least. So just making sure you've got the correct safety gear on here. Tom Sorsby on the injection. Just the umpire waiting to make sure everyone's ready.
So there's obviously only under 2 minutes left, so if Surbiton get this, then it will take them into the win in the first quarter.
Well run down there from Luke Emmett. Surbiton look to work it wide. Missed trap on the baseline. Really well done there from Luke Emmett. Looks as though he trapped the ball. Might have been a foot, but the rebound went on to Luke Taylor, and that is quarter time. And East Grinstead 0. Surbiton 1 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, really great run in on that short corner, really out fast as they could. I thought the umpire gave an advantage there, and I didn't really see anyone
I'd agree.
seriously played, but he gave a 16 in the end, and that's the end of the quarter. So I think overall a really strong quarter from Surbiton. East Grinstead trying their hardest to get a hold of the game, but just struggling to find momentum. So, George, what do East Grinstead need to do differently in the second quarter to try and get a hold of this game?
Well, obviously they're working hard and they're putting everything into it, but Surbiton are a good team, so I don't know, maybe just be a bit cleaner with the ball, better passing, but I'm sure they'll it will work out well.
Surbiton have been very good, George, in those pockets, as we were speaking about the zonal press, in those pockets in midfield. I mean, East Grinstead struggling to get through there. I mean, the press on East Grinstead players is high and it is aggressive from the Surbiton players, and they are struggling to play it out. But I think in the second quarter, East Grinstead will be looking to try and just keep the ball a bit more, try and take the sting out of this Surbiton attack, limit the corners, as we say. 3 corners given away there in the first period. So, yeah, a bit more ball possession from East Grinstead. Try and get that home crowd, give them something to cheer about, and yeah.
Yeah, I think, as you say, the challenges have to come outside the D. Short corners is always going to be a big threat. Offensively, I just think East Grinstead needs to secure the ball more. The leads need to be harder and wider because Surbiton are just cramping the middle 3 channels of the pitch really well. So we're just going to have to see more outside leads, securing the ball harder, and then a lot more support to that player to try and build a proper attack instead of these half chances that we've created so far.
No, I completely agree with you there, Loz. East Grinstead look to keep the ball, as we say. Louis Gittins with the pushback. Ben Mackey under a bit of pressure in there, as we mentioned about those pockets. Dan Faulkner goes long to Louis. Looks as though that was a bit of running into space from Luke Taylor, but no, we'll take the sideline in the 25. Louis Gittins driving.
You see these Grinstead player using the rule of 5 yards well there, so the Surbiton player can't make contact until 5 yards has been played with the ball. So he's going to drive at the defender and try and force a foul, which would then in turn perhaps give a short corner. So good composure from the Surbiton player there, but also good speed of thought from East Grinstead.
Bit lucky there, deflection on the ball in from Sam Hatherley.
Oh, and that's unlucky. Well played
really
by Stott. Trying to get a deflection, then perhaps a bit of a no-look hit, just trying to win something. There was a deflection, but it wasn't on target, so it's unlucky from East Grinstead because that would have put it level.
Absolutely, and a great crash ball in from Ross Stott there. Jamie Wallace trying to get a touch on it. Looks as though he did. It was hard to tell from that angle, but looks as though he got a touch on it. Just went wide of the far post. But there, as we mentioned before the broadcast, they'll be looking to try and play into Jamie Wallace more, the Canadian international, and try and get him on the ball and get him lethal inside the D.
Jack Middleton, Luke, what do we make of him? Really young player, just made his way into... Excuse me. Yeah, a really top-quality player. What do you make of him?
No, he looks as though he's a very good player for Surbiton. I've been impressed with him in the first half. Yeah, I mean, his ball carrying has been good. His passing has been good. Surbiton all round, to be honest. I don't think there's been a bad performance as of yet from the Surbiton side. All carrying the ball well, all making the right decisions with the ball. A superb tackle there from Sam Hatherley. Gets the reverse stick challenging along the baseline. Crucial there as Surbiton were in and maybe would have crossed the ball in or tried to win a corner.
We see here our own Jack Webb, number 10, 16 years old, just made his way into the Great British build-up. Top quality players, occasionally work in the twos, but he can see him playing the ones, getting great experience. Again, he's going to developing top quality youth players. Slightly unlucky from start there. We thought we made a clean tackle, but Surbiton come back.
And maybe a foul there, but no, rolled strong, advantage to Surbiton. Just a mistrap on the baseline. Unfortunate, but playing into the right areas from Surbiton. East Grinstead won't be worried about that, losing the ball in the wide areas. But as you say, you know, Jack Webb of Ardingly College right now. Good to see him playing minutes in the ones, having just broken into the England under-16 squad. Be looking to try and build around him in the future and looking to get more minutes moving forward as he grows and matures with the game of hockey. Unfortunately, I thought the East Grinstead player was there first, but looks as though they're driving forward with Tom Sorsby. Quick one-touch stuff around the D. Driving, baseline. Ooh, little touch there from Ross Stott. It looks as though he got a little touch on that, putting off the Surbiton forward. East Grinstead clear their lines, but don't manage to keep the ball on the counter, and we have a Surbiton sideline. So we see here, Surbiton take the sideline. Looking to transfer it, the space on this side of the pitch, trying to utilise that, a bit crowded on that right-hand channel for them. Ooh, tough challenge there from Jamie Wallace. Yeah, umpire stopped the clock and it looks as though it's going to be a card here. Surbiton tried to play on, obviously the clock stopped. Jamie Wallace picking up the green card. East Grinstead dropping down to 10 men. George, obviously Surbiton now with a man over. How would they look to utilise that?
Well, that is a big shame for East Grinstead, and Surbiton really should try and use this well for their attack. But they've got a long corner now, which they've got one man overload. So hopefully they should get an outcome from this.
Yeah, here we go. We see David Goodfield driving down the left-hand side. Ooh, very unfortunate there. Another great tackle from Daniel Faulkner, winning the ball. And East Grinstead will try and take as much as this 2 minutes out as they can here. You can see Dan procrastinating over the ball, but manages to play it out wide left. It's Ali Clift. Keeps the ball. And the key here, George, isn't it? It's just keeping the ball. When you're a man down, you're trying not to give it away because that advantage is so huge, having that extra player out on the pitch.
Exactly, like you just said, it's not the time where you want to be trying out new skills. You just want to keep the ball, play it well, pass it to the stick, and play some hockey.
One is here from Surbiton, deep penetration, cross it. David Goodfield. Oh, that's a great goal from Surbiton. They've used the overload there to perfection. Crossing it, back post, David Goodfield, tap in. Not a lot East Grinstead defence could do about that with the man down.
Yeah, really clinical finish. Just took the ball, nice little touch, fires it into the bottom left. Nothing fancy, don't do anything special, just put the ball in the goal and the keeper's got no chance.
No, a great finish there from David Goodfield. And Lawrence, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Obviously, Surbiton, it looks to me, have been getting a lot of joy down that right-hand side, and especially that right baseline.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the stats, but to me, that they're just firing it down there constantly. That's the main line of attack, so East Grinstead need to perhaps bolster, get an extra man in there if they can in the pocket. As you see, again, that trap trying to be made, but East Grinstead play out of it, and that's a missed pass. East Grinstead come
not
again.
A great place to give it away there. I'm not sure how long is left on the Jamie Wallace green card from the forward, but East Grinstead are praying that time goes quickly, but it feel like the longest 2 minutes to East Grinstead right now, having conceded that goal.
Yeah, I think East Grinstead really just needs to try and get hold of this game.
Great ball there.
Get some momentum of their own, because Surbiton are all over them. As we see the ball go in, what's the umpire's looking? He's looking over.
It's a goal. He's given a goal. It looks as though that was David Goodfield got a touch. I mean, as you should always do, the attackers all appealed. Even if there maybe wasn't a touch, that looked a bit... umpires are going to have a word here with each other. Not sure. It's always hard to tell when it's those 50-50s in the D laws. Who gets the touch? Was it the defender? Was it the forward?
Yeah, really hard to see. This game's played at such a fast pace. It looks like the umpires might be having a word with each other in the microphone. I think the skipper just having a word to see what happens there. I feel they might give this one, and they have indeed. Yeah, it's 3-0 Surbiton. East Grinstead really just needs to get some momentum now, because Surbiton are completely on top. They need to keep hold of the ball better and try and get some possession to try and get back into this, because we're only 10 minutes left in this second quarter and they're 3-0 down already.
Absolutely, and that card from Wallace just looked to have killed them, really. I mean, that Surbiton were looking threatening with 11v11, but that one-man overload really, they've made EG pay for that with the quick ball movement and using the spare man very well. It looks as though Dan Faulkner tried to have a word with the umpire there, see if he could convince him it wasn't a goal, but looks as though the umpire's got it right. I mean, I don't envy them having to try and spot that, but we support our umpire, so we'd hope he got the decision right there. And 3-0. East Grinstead struggling. Back to 11 though now, so hopefully a bit more structure, can go back to that zonal press we've mentioned. And yeah, here's Surbiton driving down the left-hand side. Great little ball to Tom Salisbury. Oh, good challenge, strong challenge there from Ger McBamra, number 21 for East Grinstead. And Surbiton managed to retain the ball and switch it out around the back. Great pick there from Ben Mackey. Oh, and he's won the foul as well. In terms of getting back into this game, Lawrence, I mean, East Grinstead, we mentioned at quarter time that they've been giving the ball away a bit cheaply in midfield, but is there anything else? Like, what do you think we could see more from this East Grinstead side against this strong Surbiton team? Yeah,
hard to say. I mean, Surbiton are always going to be a hard team to beat. Maybe we can mix it up a bit more, throw some aerials into the channels. I mean, it's going to be difficult, but just perhaps try and keep them off guard. As we see East Grinstead enter the D.
Jamie Wallace.
Shot off here. Jamie's on the reverse. And it's in!
Oh, what a goal!
Back in it!
What a goal,
Great
Jamie
goal.
Wallace. I mean, that's got to be the first shot of the game, hasn't it, Lawrence, from East Grinstead?
I think you're right there. I mean, it's just a testament to how well Surbiton have played, but that's exactly what East Grinstead needed. You can hear the crowd getting back into it now. Lovely little play. He took his time, didn't rush it, a few touches, went forehand, then backhand, forehand, and then went finally for the reverse. Poor keeping, I would say, in the end.
I'd say it was a tough height for the keeper. He's caught between the kicker and the glove. A very awkward height, as I said, for the keeper. But great to see Jamie Wallace on the score sheet. We mentioned him earlier. Just came back on from the green card, and he'll be wanting to try and right his wrongs. He'll feel a bit guilty after that green card. East Grinstead conceding 2 goals, and he'll feel like he's right on his way now to try and get East Grinstead back into this game.
Winning ball back early after that goal, trying to add a bit of pressure, but that's really well played by Surbiton.
Great
the pace
here.
They move the ball on. And here we see
Superb.
a 3-on-4. Can he get on a shot up into the dig? Great challenge. That was perfectly clean for me.
Oh, wow.
And that's a 16. Great defending because the pace that Surbiton were moving that ball.
No, absolutely superb. Flying down the left-hand side, Lawrence. I mean, that was great to see. And obviously the tackle from Dan Faulkner just put a flat stick in there and he just drove straight into it. But that looked very promising for Surbiton. They'll be looking to do that more and more as the
Here
game
we see
progresses.
the area was being chucked in the channels. They've clearly been listening to my commentary, trying to mix it up, get those high balls early. Unlucky on that one. The previous one, it was well defended, but I think that is an option as Surbiton press fairly high up the pitch. And here we see some transfers, just getting a little bit of ball back, trying to get the momentum back in their favour.
You see the ball progressing up the pitch now for Surbiton.
So we see here, this is the key of the zonal press. We come into the pocket and then we try and use these lines. East Grinstead will be happy for the ball to be played down the line.
Absolutely.
The press will allow for that because there'll be little to offer for Surbiton.
Great drive here down the left-hand side for East Grinstead. Louis Gittins offering the support lead. Delivered in. Oh, great pick there. From
Really
the
good
defender.
defending. Really good defending
Really
under
strong.
pressure. East Grinstead were building a nice attack there. And Surbiton coming away on the other side. Ben Mackey trying to apply the pressure. So into the pocket. You see 4 players around him. Can they win it back cleanly? No, they can't.
Ooh, unlucky there. So
See that?
Go on, Lawrence.
That is what we're trying to see with the zonal press. You see the ball go inside to the pocket, and immediately he's got 4 East Grinstead players around him. Can they win the ball back? In that case, no. But they'll try and, again, as the players tire, that will become easier. I say that defensively, you're going to have to work hard so that the bench will come in handy there in terms of getting fresh legs on and getting a high press in.
Absolutely, Lawrence. Completely agree with you there. You know, East Grinstead, since that goal, as we mentioned, it was sort of their only shot of the game so far. They've got into the D a few times, but good defending from Surbiton has snuffed out those shots. So first shot, first goal for East Grinstead. They'll be liking that conversion rate 100%, but you know, looking to try and get a few more opportunities because the chances have been few and far between so far.
You see East Grinstead charging that. That's
it's
a poor
unlucky.
mistake there. Poor mistake. I think there's a couple of occasions I've seen in this quarter where East Grinstead have played the ball into the pocket and they've been so scared of that zonal press coming in that actually, if they've got their heads up, they've got a ball going forward instead of back. And it'd be good to see a bit more positivity.
Great V-drag
coming out the back four.
Little show and go, driving down the right-hand side, as we see so often for Surbiton. They're getting a lot of joy down there, Lawrence. I mean, it's struggling. Is there anything East Grinstead can really do to combat that? I mean, it looks as though they've just got the pace and the legs down that side, and they're really good at the elimination skills in the R25. But is there anything East Grinstead can do to combat that? I mean, maybe changing the press or anything like that, as we see East Grinstead give it away cheaply.
That's a great pick. Well played there to win a foot. Surely that was a shin pad noise. Get the shots off. The keeper does well.
Yeah, smart save.
I'm
smart save
very surprised that was not an East Grinstead ball.
You have to trust the umpires, I'm afraid, Lawrence. And they've got a better view than us, so I'm going to have to go with him on that one. But again, to me, I mean, it looked questionable, but he had a lot better
if you
view than
applied
us.
that same philosophy to when on the pitch, I'd hear a lot less of you. So I'm surprised that's your attitude when the great East Grinstead are trying to get back in this game. But
No, that is absolutely spot on, I'm afraid, Lawrence. But yeah. It's a lot easier from up here than it is down there. I can say
no
that for
passion,
free.
no point, Luke. No passion, no point.
Yeah, like Loz said, it's Luke Leman talking over here. Obviously, Leman is a big name in the club, so Luke does know what he's talking about. Shame he's not quite so good on the pitch, but he is good on the mic, so we'll let him do his
There's
bit
a roast
tonight.
of me here. God, I didn't know I was going to be in for an absolute mauling this evening. But no, yeah, it's good to be out here supporting how we can. Trying to get some background for you.
Really nice lead from Luke Emmett there to get a cross-field ball, and we had a nice transfer, but unfortunately Luke Holland unable to put off the 3 players coming through the back of him. They won the ball back. Well played by East Grinstead. So you're talking about what we can do down the Surbiton's right-hand channel, East Grinstead's left there. I mean, I'm not one to say what they can do there because it's the press from Surbiton is momentous. But in terms of those few picks that they're picking up the loose ball, much better in this quarter compared to perhaps some rash challenges in the first 2.
No, absolutely, I agree. And just a word on the quality of the game. I mean, the amount of the trapping, the passing, everything. I mean, there have been very few unforced errors in the game so far. The quality is very high.
Yeah, East Grinstead have come to win here. And Surbiton, as we said before the game, a very good side in form. But East Grinstead not phased by that. That, you know, they're really bringing their action. As we see here, is that...
Oh,
here
great
we go.
skill.
Played advantage.
See you later.
That's a shocking challenge.
Oh, that's...
Surely the crowd are fuming at that, as am I. That's got to be a card.
No,
but they don't give anything as they burst away here. That's a shocking umpire decision, in my opinion.
No, it was a great bit of skill in the build-up from Louis Gittins there. A bit of
How
show
on
and
earth
go.
was that not advantage? He rode 2 challenges and there was a chop. You could clearly hear a stick tackle. I'm very surprised these Grinstead don't win the ball back. And as you heard, the crowd very disappointed.
Crowd disappointed as well. That home advantage, that home support, trying to give something to the umpires, let them know they're there. And
Great pick as they burst away. There's some strong pressure here. He looks to seal it, and the ball comes back. Really well played.
Can we just get a word from George Muschin on the hands there from Louis Gittins? I mean, superb. A little shake and bake, a little show and go inside the 25, and he's beaten 2 players. Almost, as Lawrence said, unlucky to not win a foul. But wow, great hands there.
Yes, Louis. He does have great hands, and he is a very, very, very skillful player. And I'm sure he's looking to get the ball again and maybe get an outcome next time.
Great challenge from Rostock. Sorry, George. Continue.
Yep, Tom Tyres. Into the
Here
D
we
they
go,
go.
Rostock.
1-on-1 with the goalie.
Ooh, Rostock there just couldn't get a stick underneath the ball. Tried to lob it over Ore Ogolana, who was advancing quickly, but a little through the legs there. Oh, no, umpires haven't given it. Much to the begrudge of the crowd and the players. Surbiton break on the counter down the right-hand side.
Yeah, weird decisions there. I think we could all see that was at least a free hit, if not a short, bursting into the D.
Oh, great ball from
Here
Gittins.
comes. He turns on his
Tom
strong side.
Tyres.
Can he get the? Oh, that's unfortunate. We maybe just get the shot off there, Luke Leman. Excuse me.
No, I think he's tried to sort of get something towards goal there. A little shovel, hoping there was a run from a forward from the East Grinstead, but no one there, and easy for the Surbiton defence. As
Yeah,
we
he
see,
he
Luke
peels.
Emmett pick up the ball, drive him to the D.
Is that short corner? I think there's a foot in there, is there not?
No,
it's a
it's
16.
a 16,
Yeah, Tom
sorry.
Tyres there, as we said before, a very selfless player, will always look to give the ball, but I think on that occasion, as he turned on his forehand side, he could have got a shot off, just one touch into the D and try and just get something off there, because that was a fairly weak pass, which Surbiton dealt with well.
No, they always say try and get something towards the goal, but in that instance, I think he had more time than he realised.
Absolutely,
could have turned, maybe cut back in, maybe, but no, should have shot
Quick
there,
ball
but
from Surbiton. You see the 4 men beating in the zonal press there.
Great
Look at
one-touch play.
Fantastic
Great one-touch
counter-attack
play.
hockey as they burst into the D. Well defended by
great touch.
Grinstead. And it's a
Ooh,
16.
it's a 16. Long corner. Sorry, it looks as though it got a touch off the East Grinstead defender. But no, well defended.
Interesting
there from
umpiring
East
decisions.
Grinstead. Looks as though there's a small touch from the East Grinstead defender, but great one-touch hockey from Surbiton moving forward.
That is not good enough for me for East Grinstead defensively. They've got to pick up that man early. They haven't got the ball. Need to set quicker. That was too easy to get the ball in, down past the D, and there was a ball going in. So
massive clearance there from Dan Faulkner on the reverse. And Lawrence, we were talking about the zonal press, but people were thinking, well, how can you do a zonal press when it's in your own 25? Defending a long corner, will they stick to that, or will they look to change maybe when they're defending a long corner?
yeah, I think East Grinstead will look to be flexible in those situations, and you'll probably hear a call occasionally for man-to-man when it comes into that last 25, and then all bets are off. Get a man, be strong, line to goal, get low, and try and just stay solid, keep out of the short corners, because we know what threat Surbiton have.
Last few minutes of the half here. Ooh, Johnny Gold sold Luke Collin an absolute dummy there. Ooh,
That is poor from Surbiton. If he could just keep that ball down, there's a deflection coming in. There's the last 2 minutes of this quarter, so we'll look to see a whistle blown fairly recently. Fairly happy with this quarter, Luke. I think East Grinstead have grown back into the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely would agree with you there, Lawrence. Obviously got that goal, have managed to create a couple of chances, be more sort of possession higher up the pitch in Surbiton's half, which would have pleased Dave Beckett, the head coach. And here's Jamie Wallace driving through the ball. But no, Surbiton, I mean, I hate to say the cliche, but East Grinstead, scored a goal in this quarter compared to the 2-0 of the last quarter. This quarter's 1-1, and obviously, I hate to be that guy saying the cliches, but it's 1-1 this quarter. East Grinstead trying to look to build on that in the second half. Maybe Dave Beckett bring them in at half-time, have a word. Not quite the hairdryer treatment, as I don't think that's what's required, but just a strong word about how to play out and how to break through this really strong Surbiton side.
Yeah, Wes Jackson on the bench, Luke. Obviously, Ashley Jackson's brother, such a top quality hockey coaching family. What do you think he'll bring as the twos coach? You've experienced his level of detail. That's slightly unlucky, I thought.
No, really unlucky
Again,
there.
the crowd unhappy.
Yeah, it's a crash ball into the D, and it's just bobbled around, or it's cleared the ball, but just straight onto an East Grinstead foot. And there we go, the half-time whistle from the umpires. East Grinstead 1, Surbiton 3. A topsy-turvy half so far. East Grinstead managing to get a goal back, but Surbiton still in control of this one, I'd say. East Grinstead looking to turn it around at half-time.
Absolutely, maybe we're seeing momentum swing in here. We hope they come out in the third quarter, all guns blazing, stay defensively solid. I think they are slowly getting a grip on this game, and they find a little bit of joy. We're getting some more shots off, some more chances. So here's looking forward to maybe a bit of a momentum swing.
Regardless of the scoreline, if you take the scoreline free at it and just judge us on how we play, we talked about we're going to look at two metrics. We talked about how we're going to play with defending, where we're going to be more positive. I would say 10 times more positive than we have been. And in terms of all over the park, okay, we've been trying to step out and trying to force their hand. And, yeah, of course they're going to break through on a couple of occasions. And then we have to just defend and make some good tackles and just do some scramble defense. That's fine. But in terms of the overall impression of where we want to get to defensively, that's far more on the money in terms of what we're looking for. Okay? On the ball stuff, we ask for much shorter passing, quicker, playing through the channels. I mean, it's probably about as good as I could hope for. What I'm really liking, the ball's playing up, and we're actually laying off to runners coming through. The amount of runners coming off the ball receiver is incredible, and you're actually rewarding that. So it's just one disappointment for me, is the fact that we've got into that position so many times in the bottom right-hand corner, and it looks like we're trying to make an absolute perfect pass. Okay, what you absolutely hate most is the ball just being put across the goal. Okay, the ball being put across the goal with a bit of pace. Okay, you're not going to get a perfect one-touch deflection in there until towards the end of the game when we've got more space. Think about Gooder's pass last week. Yeah, or Gooder's goal last week. Until that point, I want to see the ball go across the goal. Okay, Gooder's shot at the end is exactly what we're looking for. This might be a bit messy in there, but we need to put the ball in the danger area. Okay, we're looking for perfect passes. I guarantee towards the end of the game, when they're not fully back and they're not tracking that, that's when we can pass to somebody a bit more open, like Gooder's goal right at the end of the game last week. But to that point, the two things we asked about, thank you, yeah, you put it into action. Now we just need to really tighten up, okay, in terms of where we got to. At 3-0, okay, 3-0, one more goal, the game was dead. They've obviously scored it for whatever reason, okay, and it's just taking a bit of wind out of our sails now, and we're just starting to get that back. Okay, it's going to happen. Yeah, there's not many clean sheets. We've got to understand that ebbs and flows of games. We know we're going to concede, whether it's corners or goals, and we just put it to one side. It might take you a couple of minutes to get back up to speed, but you're now back up to speed. If I was sat in that goal over there, I'd be fucking shitting myself for the second half of this game, especially the last 15 minutes. Do you not realise how hard they're having to work to cover your running, to cover the passing, okay? And those spaces will open up. Their bench, their squad, or their bench came off the start of the game. They've got 3 kids who they hardly want to get on the pitch, and 2 other guys who are pretty bang average. But we had quality coming off the bench to change the game. That's the difference. Don't let up. Yeah, don't let up. Don't let up in terms of your closing. Don't let up in terms of being on the front foot. Don't let up in terms of your offering the pass and the guy receiving it. Keep that ball shifting quickly. I guarantee eventually they'll start to not be able to track and cover, and we'll be rolling into empty nets with that post. But until that point, we need corners, and we're going across the goal with pace, and low lifts, and bits and pieces, and we need commitment in terms of getting somebody there. That's the only thing in that second quarter that was lacking. Because the second goal, the second goal, probably one of the best goals in the school. It was fucking amazing. It was amazing, okay? So you can do that. Alright? So defensively, I just think we can't let up. That doesn't mean the guys up there, it means defensively back there. So if that guy's killing that, means get quicker onto that guy and picking up, get closer. Sam, I'll scream at you because the guy was running out there and he got the ball free. It was a really good threat. It only takes one person not to do the job, and it breaks our first down. So you've got to stay focused. Okay? And thinking I can give that guy 3 meters and keep the 3-0 up, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Okay? You've got to cut everything. Yeah? This is nothing. This is nothing. And it means if I'm over here and ball's going that side, I don't just stand there and think, oh, usually probably won't score. No, you go back and make sure they don't score. Okay? We've got to set our score out right from the start of the second half. Please don't drop your standard. You'll kick yourself if you do. Okay? That's pretty much it. Okay? That's pretty much it. You are close. You're close to fantastic. But you don't get it far. Okay? Keep it up. Alright? Keep it up. Go.
Yeah, I just think our best stuff is when we're just moving it one line, and that's all it is. It's getting to that person who's already like half going forward. I think they're looking to get numbers ground. If we get it and we're rolling backwards, or got our back to it. So I think just keep playing the way we're facing. We're moving the ball, and they're going to have to chase, and they're going to die at some point. So just make sure we just keep playing that stuff. Just roll it to the next line, and that counter defence as well. Just make sure we keep rolling it up. They're going to be playing in this, and we started winning the ball in there. We know what Sam's going to do. He's going to try and do that and cut back inside you. Just make sure we're ready that, and we're going to win more ball up here. So that's going to do that. So just stay really positive. Turn that front foot. Because I think some of that was the best stuff we've done for a long time. So let's just keep doing it. Keep that intensity, especially when I think it comes off how well we're pressing and how well we then attack. So make sure we set that standard, and then our attacking follows that. So make sure we just keep working really hard. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, just in terms of, because we are travelling and playing quickly quite easily, on the occasions when we don't have numbers, on the occasions when they've got numbers back, please get the ball out and around, please use the full width of the pitch, okay? That's how we create opportunities on the other side, or then we come back, okay? Just a couple of times, we play quickly, stop, and we're still playing ourselves down that same time. I'm nitpicking, I am really nitpicking in terms of what we're getting at, but that's what we want to get to. Yeah, we want to go quickly, if something's not on, go the other side. Okay, a couple of chances and you're going to rip them open. Alright? And everything now is really positive. If they score the next goal, it doesn't matter, we score 4. Yeah, if we score the next goal, it doesn't matter, we're just going to keep on the front foot. We do not set that. Okay? And we don't say anything. We don't get involved in them. Let them get stressed, let the umpires get stressed, and just carry on. Okay? Relentless through. That's it. Start.
Luke, Tim, John T, Johnny Jack, Parky, Jam and Gooders, Booner, James.
Let's go, boy. Let's try and go from it right from the start. That's words like right. Just they're looking a lot more.
Someone's on here, right?
Hi everyone, welcome back for the second half of this fixture. The score currently 3-1 to Surbiton Hockey Club against East Grinstead. I'm Luke Leman, I'm joined by my good friend and colleague Lawrence Richards. How are you, Lawrence?
Very well, thank you. Very much enjoying this on a lovely evening in East Grinstead. It's unfortunate to see us down 3-1, but I think we've got a chance in the second half. What do you think?
No, I mean, anything's possible. It's hockey. There are a lot of goals, of high-scoring games so far. 4 goals in the first half. Surbiton a bit quicker out of the dugout. Maybe a bit less to say from the coaching staff of Mark Pern and Matt Jones after a strong first half showing. East Grinstead maybe a bit more to work on, a bit small changes tactically maybe to try and break that Surbiton press.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I think we just got to go early ball, try and mix it up, throw some aerials, throw some short passes, long passes. Defensively, just less diving in and just trying to keep hold of the ball a bit better in the pockets.
No, absolutely agree with you there, Loz. And it's looked like a strong team. I mean, as we say, the quality of hockey has been very high. Not a lot of unforced errors really. But as we say, East Grinstead being forced to turn over the ball in those pockets just due to the sheer amount of pressure from the Surbiton midfield and the sheer pace from them. But we see here, Surbiton will have pushback for the second half.
Come on, East Grinstead. Let's get a couple back now.
I mean, who would you say, East Grinstead obviously 2 goals behind here, Lawrence. Who would you say is the danger man, the man they've got to look out for, Surbiton, in terms of trying to get back in the game? Is that Louis Gittins, number 14? Obviously coming into this game off a lot of good form, scored I think 3 games in a row, maybe 4 before coming into this one.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, he's got great pace, but the Surbiton defence is so solid that maybe that won't come into it. I think we've got threats all over the pitch. We just need to get the balls in the right areas. Great hand skills there to come out of the pocket, but Surbiton come away with it.
Yeah, and we see Surbiton just looking to keep the ball in their own half here. East Grinstead at that zonal press that's been so much talked about this game.
You see 3 players around the player. Can he get out? This is what we wanted. Ooh. That's unfortunate, but that is the press doing its job there. 3 on 1. We've got 1 player covering, 2 coming from the side. As long as you don't give the free hit, you've got a 4 on 4 there. But unfortunate to give the foul away.
And I hate to mention, the pitch.
That's well played. There's no free hit there. Can they push it forward? Oh, he puts it onto a stick. That is poor play. Surbiton come away with great speed. That is a shocking challenge.
Yeah.
That could be a card.
That's all stick there from Ross Stott. No ball at all.
Fantastic play from Surbiton. Oh! Look at that. From defence to attack, I think we'll see a card here. Yeah, that was a terrible challenge.
Definitely going to have a word with Ross Stott here, the Scottish international. Oh, look, giving him the green card, the triangle. You hate to see it, but, I mean, fair enough after that challenge. I think Ross is giving him the cold shoulder. You can see here, look, ignoring him. Very smart. Hoping he'll get away with it by not listening to the umpire, but no, look, he's giving it again. And he's like, oh, he's not taking it very well there, Ross.
Yeah, you could argue he's saving face there, but personally I'd like to see him just get off the pitch quickly so he can get his 2 minutes in bin out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as he's on the chair, that 2-minute clock begins, and as soon as he sat down, so he can get back on the pitch.
That's a chuck there, and I would like to see more of those aerials, but that was a little bit off the mark. I don't think anyone was really getting on the end of that, and the Surbiton come again.
With a man down as well, Lawrence, we understand not wanting to try and lose the ball too in your own side of the half of the pitch, but, you know, giving the ball away that quickly, you want to keep the ball and trying to nullify that man advantage for Surbiton. They've given it straight back to them there with that aerial.
Yeah, I agree. There's a way to lose the ball, and as you say, there's certain areas of the pitch that is better than others. And that wasn't awful, but yeah, as you say, just keep hold of the ball for the 2 minutes, get your man back on the pitch and go from there.
David Goodfield rolling strong here, looks to keep the ball instead of penetrating into the D.
Surbiton looking so calm, just transferring the ball fast. Look at this ball pace from Luke Taylor as it comes in.
That's a great goal. That's a great goal. It's very unfortunate though. It looks as though just as the ball entered the D, the East Grinstead defender just got a touch on it, taking it to the back post. It looks like it was going to go near post, that original cross, but not sure who got the final touch on that, but a great touch just in front of the goalie. Nothing Richard Curtis can do about that strike.
Absolutely no chance from yard out. The ball fizzing across. As you say, I think there was an East Grinstead stick on the last pass there, but Surbiton react quickly, get the deflection, and it's 4-1. So it's an uphill struggle for here, especially with the man down.
No, absolutely. And
that's so poor.
There.
Here comes Surbiton into the D again.
Ben Boone, can he get the strike?
That is a terrible challenge. It's a goal anyway.
It's a great advantage from the umpire, I must say. It looked as though he was going to give a stroke there, held the whistle, didn't blow it, and Ben Boone just carried on driving towards the goal and found the bottom corner. A bit of a P-roller as it took a bit of a deflection, but yeah, East Grinstead again made to pay from the green cards, Lawrence. 1 card in the first half, 2 goals conceded. 1 card in the second half, 2 goals conceded.
Yeah, and let's be honest, the card didn't really come into it there. It was a really poor cross-field pass that gave it away, which created a 4-on-3. East Grinstead not keen to make a challenge to give away a short corner, and he just burst through, made the pass, and it was a goal. Ben Boone, top quality player. I played with him at university level. Just incredible turn of pace. The first 5 yards, he's gone.
Acceleration is very quick from Ben, isn't it, Lawrence?
Yeah, what a player he is, and you know, it's great to see him play. Unfortunate for East Grinstead that look at him celebrating on the bench there. Yeah, it was a really nice, well taken goal. I mean, yeah, I couldn't get near that guy. The turn of pace for such a big lad, unbelievable.
Who can you get near, Lawrence?
There's definitely you.
That's debatable. We'll talk about that after the game. But anyway, back to the hockey.
I don't have to run to get near you, Luke. You cover most of the pitch in one stride.
Grow up, Lawrence. Grow up. Anyway, so we see... Oh, East Grinstead had the ball high up on the pitch.
I actually have to run away from you, and I'm still marking.
Oh, wow. Do me a favour. Oh, great hands there from Jamie Wallace. Oh, very unfortunate. No, he's won the foul outside the D. My mistake. East Grinstead have got to make this count. They've had very, very limited possession this high up the pitch. I mean, what are the sort of options here from this long corner? You can transfer it, try and get the pocket out wide on the other side, but I mean, what can East Grinstead do around the D? Quick one-touch stuff, Lawrence? For
me, what they just did there is optimal, because a long corner seems like a good place to win the ball, but actually Surbiton is set, just get the transfer in, the ball moves much quicker than the players, and as you see there, we had somewhat of an overload and an opportunity to get into these, so I'd use the transfer as much as you can, quick ball, as you see here, the centre forward pressing really high, well played to get that, and driving forward, can we get something into the D? He picks it.
Great ball from
couldn't
Dan
quite get it
Faulkner.
under.
The vision there from Faulkner to see Louis Gittins on that reverse lead at the top of the D was exceptional.
Really
Obviously,
nice lead from Gittins.
Absolutely, and a bit unfortunate. That bobbling ball is always hard when it's played that fast at the top of the D to trap that solid dead. But, you know, Surbiton win the ball back, as we see, transferring it round again, looking to maintain possession.
Number 28, Clifty. Luke, what have you got to say about him? Coming back from injury recently, and he made an appearance for the twos. Absolutely unbelievable performance last week.
No, absolutely, yeah. He's definitely earned his place back in the ones. He's been out with his new job. He's been very busy, but he's been very impressive. Always known for his physical, tight marking, very quick on the ball as well. Good hands, just an all-round solid player, really. Good to see him working his way and earning his spot back in the men's first team.
Shocking challenge from Surbiton. Are we going to see a card? I'd quite like to see a card there, but no.
Of course you would. No, I think Sam Hadley there, not a...
ball has to be quicker. That has to be a quicker pass. It's a good lead, but if that ball's quicker, we get there. And it's Surbiton, because of the slow pace of the ball. Oh, I think that's a Surbiton foot, is it?
Ooh.
No,
No one can
not
see- I
going to
don't
give it.
think none of the umpires got a good enough angle on that. But
Not
to me,
sure
from
what
up
the
here,
umpires have been taking today, because that was 100% East Grinstead
I hope
ball.
just water, but there may have been something else. But no, I think very, very hard to see when it's that tight in the corner, that many bodies in there. From our high up angle here, just we're up where the cameras are. It looked as though
Far
there was a
too
foot.
generous for me, Luke. We need to have better umpiring decisions, because that was a good East Grinstead pressure. Great challenge from Stott. And again, look clean
I
to
think
me.
it might have been the hand in the back there. I'm just trying to. I'm being devil's advocate here, Lawrence. You know, I'm trying to offer both sides of the argument.
No two bones about it, Luke. We're both EG men. We have been lifelong. We've got EG tinted glasses. We're 5-1 down. We need to see some East Grinstead goals.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you there, Lawrence. We need to see East Grinstead goals. At least make this interesting for the neutral. We know there are a lot of you tuning in from all over Europe, all over the world, in fact, and they want to see more goals, more of a fight put up here from East Grinstead. But so far, it's been few and far between. Can he? Tom Tyres just can't get on the end of that ball.
It's a nice idea from Mackie, though. I think that is, we need more of that quick ball down the channels. We'd like to see that lead come half a second earlier, and Tom Tyres gets on the end of that.
Yeah, it's always tough. I mean, you can see East Grinstead have the right ideas, but it's just the execution is currently letting them down. So I mean, I do have to say, Surbiton have been very good this game. They've taken their chances. They've been very good defensively.
Here comes East Grinstead, play through the lines. Oh, that is a poor ball. A poor ball. Even if that makes the East Grinstead play, he's having to receive that on his back foot.
Yeah.
He hasn't got much to go with there. That has to be on his forehand at pace.
I can tell everyone watching now, for free, Lawrence Richards would never play a ball like that, my co-commentator. He'd always look up, keep it. That was a bit of a sort of, you see all the bodies in the way, a bit of a gamble putting it through there. He was hoping that he would find an East Grinstead stick rather than 100% certain he'd find one.
Absolutely. I've got my kit with me, Luke. I'm tempted to pad up. I don't know if that's a row with the rules, but I want to get on there, make more of those passes, get East Grinstead back in this game.
Well, it should be a rule because we need to do everything we can to stop you getting on the pitch. But again, just a bit. Here we go. Good ball in. Oh my goodness! I'm not sure whether that was off an East Grinstead or a Surbiton stick there, but Richard Curtis had to get a touch on that. Oh no, clearly off the Surbiton stick. So wow, that was very fortunate there for the East Grinstead defence. A great late lead into the D. Are really keen on the pace. I mean, up front from Surbiton has been electric.
And look, we see a lot of these top quality players, some of them playing international hockey. They keep both hands on their stick. How do you feel about that tactic? I know you're not one for the two hands on the stick.
Yeah, of course. You know, everyone to their own. Sometimes one hand could be beneficial when you might see on the counter here some of the Surbiton or East Grinstead forwards opting for one hand just to get that pace over the defender. But
how beneficial have you found that in your career? Is it got a good percentage of winning the ball back with the one-handed challenges?
No, it's been woeful, to be honest. I lose it a lot whether two hands or one. It doesn't really make a big difference for me. I wish I could keep it more and get more outcome, but that's just the game. That's the risk I play, and the pace isn't really affected either. But you can certainly see in this game some of the players opt for one hand when running and attacking down the wing. It just helps with the stride and beats the defender for pace. But we see here Dan Faulkner on the ball, eyes up, finds Ali Clift, looks inside, back to Daniel Faulkner. Long ball out to Germach.
Haven't seen a player play a ball through his legs yet, Luke. Are you surprised by that? I know you like to that's a key tactic of yours.
No, flary, McClary and Donaldson's Dairy is what I like to say. So any flair that you can have on the pitch, the fans do love to see it, neutral or from either side. A through the legs pass wouldn't go amiss to sort of raise the roof in this place. But, I'd love to see a through the legs pass. A bit of flair. Oh, here we go from Surbiton. Ball into Ben Boone.
Lovely
in the
pick.
D, reverse.
Ben Boone on the reverse. That's a poor shot. A poor shot from him. A top quality player.
Yeah.
He had time. You'd expect to see him hit the target there, and you can see he's annoyed with himself. I'm sure he'll come back and go again.
I'd absolutely agree with you there, Lawrence. A player of his quality, Ben Boone, he's been at the top of his game for a few years now. He in himself would have wanted to at least maybe, if not on target, at least get that ball into back post for maybe a deflection.
A poor shot in the end. I mean, just as East Grinstead play around the back here, maybe I've got time to a little anecdote about Ben Boone. He turned up at university training. He was just knocking the ball about, jogging about. I thought, who is this kid? Don't get all the hype. And then we turn up on game day, and he turns out he wasn't putting any of the burners on. unbelievable play. I've never seen such pace,
No.
turn of pace for such
mean,
a big lad as well.
No, obviously, well, you're playing the twos with me, Lawrence, so I'd like to think that's not true. But obviously, he always turns up to the big occasions as Ben Boone. He's been around, obviously, formerly of Surbiton. Was at the top of his game, top of the league there with them. Now of Surbiton, yeah, he always looks lethal.
It's
Absolutely
hard.
rapid.
It's hard to make the comparison between the two of you, to be honest. If I was to use a metaphor, he's a cheater, you're a steam train potentially.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I'm a bit more built, I'd say, than a cheater. A bit more powerful. But
No, you're not the cheater in this metaphor. You're
sorry.
Yeah, you're
Sorry, I've got the wrong end of the stick there. But I'd understand either way, to be honest. Both two very quick, powerful units, the cheater and the steam train. And yeah, I mean, great to see us both at the top of our game at the moment. I've just come from scoring 2 goals, but Ben Boone's just scored in the Premier League, so I'd like them apples.
Yeah, unlucky result for the men's twos at the weekend. Missing a keeper, 11 outfield players, put in a top quality effort. Unfortunately, could only get the point, which disrupts their 100% record. Still second, but a big 6-pointer at the weekend for all you fans out there. The East Grinstead men's twos against Aldershot.
Yeah, that is, I mean, a real talking point this season, the men's twos. But let's stick to the. Oh my God, we love a tackle goal, but that would have been something else from Ben Boone.
He is rocking at the moment.
He is rocking. He is clearly. He's everywhere. I mean, he's like red hot. He's like an iron straight out the blacksmith or the furnace, whatever you call it. But we would obviously hope that East Grinstead can find a player in that kind of form, or someone gets the ball, or gets this game by the scruff of the neck for East Grinstead and gets on the ball and drives into the D and try and create some chances.
I mean, doing his bit for the team there, just pressing high, putting the work in, and almost won a reward.
Oh, here we
early
go,
ball
Tom
from himself. Look at
Soulsby.
the pace on that. And he's not happy with the challenge.
David Goodfield
there.
for the hat trick. The fans would have loved to see that. A hat trick would have taken home the match ball, but just hit the side netting there. It was a great bit of vision there, though, from Tom Soulsby. I have no idea. I didn't even see that run. And obviously, we have quite good vision here in the men's twos, but that was unbelievable. Found an unmarked David Goodfield for the hat trick and just put it wide. Very unfortunate, but a tough finish nevertheless.
Clifty wins the foot there on the left wing. Can East Grinstead establish a bit of a platform? Mackie playing the risks there, but manages to get the ball out of the pocket, and we transfer quickly. A little bit of a mistouch into the Mackie again. Mackie putting a shift in there, but everything's going backwards at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against that from an East Grinstead perspective. I mean, it's better we go backwards than.
We go forwards and he gives away. And now here we go, 4-on-4. It's Surbiton driving forward. The pace which they move the ball. Johnny Gall, the captain, moves away from it. There's no whistle. I think he knew as much as we did that was a foot. But here comes East Grinstead down the left wing. Can he give it back to him?
Dan Faulkner is in the D.
That for me is not good enough.
No, it's not good enough, I must say, Lawrence. But I mean, the amount of ball Dan Faulkner's run at centre back today is outrageous. It's everything. He seems to be everywhere in the D for East Grinstead. But we mentioned earlier, Lawrence, about the men's second 11 having to play with 11 outfield. Is that something that East Grinstead would consider at this stage in the match, being 5-1 down?
For those of you perhaps more of a football fan than a hockey fan, it's less unusual than you'd expect, and it does happen. I would be surprised. I think they'll stick with the plan. Having a keeper obviously has massive disadvantages, but you never know. You never know. 5-1 down, as you say, there's a mountain to climb, and at the end of the day, 0 points is 0 points no matter the goal difference.
Yeah. I'd agree. Maybe if there was a bit more on the line for East Grinstead, they'd throw the kitchen sink at it. But this early in the season, against a quality side like Surbiton, I mean, they might just try to get sort of damage limitation maybe at this stage, with only 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, in hockey, things change quickly. A couple of quick goals from East Grinstead, would put us right back in it for that final quarter. As we see a shovel there, and I mean, yeah, it perhaps getting a bit desperate now.
Me, how many times do East Grinstead want to turn the ball over? Free of charge to Surbiton there.
Just the pressure from Surbiton defensively is, perhaps causing us to chuck balls.
No, I'd agree.
That we don't want to chuck. Look at that great vision to move the ball out of that pocket and back into midfield. And you see the zonal press just not able to recover quick enough, which means we can get Surbiton can switch to play. The speed in which they're moving this ball is fantastic. Luke Taylor, just an anchor at the centre of Surbiton.
An absolute anchor, yeah.
How much we'd love to see him at East Grinstead.
Oh,
his
now
boyhood
Loz,
club.
now Loz, we can't be spreading rumours. We're only here to do our job. But the fans. Oh, here we go.
A reverse,
Oh,
great keeping.
God.
I think that went near side. If that had gone back stick, we could see the
Ben
goal.
Parker's just thrown himself at the keeper. He was putting his body on the line to get that final touch. But great keeping from Richard Curtis there, the South African international.
How much of Luke Taylor's game do you think he picked up under the tutelage and captaincy of Lawrence Ridges at under 16 and Ed Reason's level?
Ooh, now it's hard to say. I've learned a lot from you myself, Lawrence. I mean, I'm not saying that because you sat right next to me and you've got a gun to my head, but I do take a lot of pride in what I learned from you, and I imagine Luke Taylor the same. I mean, you're a very inspirational figure, and you know a lot about the game. Wise head on your shoulders, so maybe a few bits on reading the game, but the brute power from Luke Taylor, he definitely did not learn from you, you weakling.
Of course, we're having a bit of a joke there. I mean, Luke Taylor is far universes above what will ever be, but always had a great attitude. Surbiton break here. We'll cut that anecdote short for a 1-on-3, I think it is. Comes in. Deflection.
What a goal that is.
You've got to take your hat off to that goal.
And I mean, I'm a big fan of East Grinstead. And oh my goodness me, that was liquid hockey. Liquid from Surbiton. One touch stuff. Bish, bash, bosh. Straight into the D, round the keeper. Cheers for coming. I just like them apples.
Those apples are a sour, bitter taste in my mouth. But a sweet apple pie for Surbiton as they 6-1 as we close off this third quarter. Things are getting a bit desperate now.
No, yeah, I know. Those apples are definitely not pink ladies or the such, like very sour from an East Grinstead perspective. Maybe not fully right, but I mean.
Speaking of pink ladies, Luke, a fantastic cause going on at the club today, this weekend, in support of breast cancer.
Yeah.
Lots of money being raised.
Superb segue from you there, Lawrence. And obviously the third quarter has just been ended, by the umpires with a score 6-1 to Surbiton. But just a word on that breast cancer campaign. Yeah, it's superb, being run from Beach Chapel. You might see a few dotted around in the crowd with pink. I mean, I've got my pink shirt, I've got my pink sunglasses. Very on trend. You might see a few in the crowd with pink sweatshirts on. But that's all for breast cancer awareness. Raised over £4,500 for charity. And that's been driven by the junior Beach Chapel. So a great effort. We had the raffle today. I mentioned the hair products I won earlier. Maybe won't be using them. Might give it a try. Might spice up the hair. Maybe a few frosted tips. What do you think, Lawrence?
I think that might be advisable. You've gone for the curtains. I know when I was a youngster, 90s was all curtains. Is it coming back in now, or is that just you going rogue?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Six of one, half dozen of the other, to be honest, Lawrence. I mean, you have to try and be a trendsetter in the modern day. And, the curtains, maybe they're coming back. I mean, a lot of people, and 95% of people would say, no, what are you doing with yourself, son? Have a look in the mirror. But, maybe with this new hair product I run in the raffle, I could change things up. But a lot of other great prizes on offer. In the raffle, I know Mercedes-Benz Drive Experience is one of them. That was the one I was hoping to get. But please check our social channels and how to donate. It's obviously the whole month of October, so a week and 1 day to go until Halloween and the end of the month. But any donation is greatly appreciated and towards a great cause. And thank you to all that have donated so far.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And in all seriousness, it is a very obviously a very strong cause. Well done to the club for supporting those causes. East Grinstead is a small town with a massive hockey club, and always doing their bit for the local community and wider charitable causes. So fair play. 2,500, did you say?
4,500.
4,500.
I know.
Amazing. Yeah. Well done for everyone. I'll make sure I'll be donating after the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's for a great cause, but if you can, it would be much appreciated. So probably about a minute to go now before push back of the final quarter. What are your expectations? Less so, I mean, it's 6-1, very unlikely for an East Grinstead to come back here, but what are your thoughts? What would you like to maybe a bit of fight from East Grinstead here in the last quarter, a bit of passion for the fans that have all turned out in their numbers today?
Absolutely, yeah. As you say, to get 5 goals, 6 to win it in one quarter with the strength of Surbiton have, extremely unlikely, but just some pride, try and regain some momentum going into other games in the season.
Here's the fourth quarter, and it's live here at East Grinstead, St Hill, the sports club. 6 goals to 1. looking for a bit of fight from East Grinstead here. Very unlikely for the win. Surbiton just looking to try and keep the ball. Oh, here we go. One up, high up the pitch. He's gone one hand.
Come on, East
Jamie
Grinstead.
Wallace.
He's gone one hand like Luke Mann.
Yeah, respect. That rhymes.
Oh, that is. Yeah, I mean, it was tricky. It looked a better chance than it was, I think. We had a 3-on-3, but the channels were wrong. And actually, fair play for trying to attempt the inside pass.
Yeah.
But good defended by Surbiton.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agreed. Well won in the D there. We might have got a bit excited from an East Grinstead perspective there. But Surbiton, I mean, if you're Surbiton here, Lawrence, are you just looking to keep the ball? I mean, are you looking to score? It's 6-1. Are you looking for that goal difference? Mate, that could prove crucial. I mean, Surbiton currently top of the league on goal difference.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think they'll be looking to try and add to their tally?
Yeah, I think at their standard, they won't be taking any prisoners. As many goals as possible. There'll be some forward players there, you know, that wanting to make more of a starting 11 appearance, looking to try and make themselves a bit of a name here. I think they'll just be turning the screw. I don't think they'll let up at all. So East Grinstead need to be wary of that. We've got to start taking some risks, get some players up the pitch because we need goals.
I completely agreed there. And Louis Gittins applying good pressure. It's like a tramp on chips there on the centre-back, Sam Spencer. And a bit
of political correctness, Luke, please. Yeah, 2021.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, more like a rash, should I say? On him like a rash. Would you agree with that, Lawrence?
I think that's much better.
Yeah, sorry for everyone watching at home. But yeah, we see in the corner. Is it an East Grinstead ball? Yeah, East Grinstead ball in the corner. Bit more intensity, I think, from East Grinstead required, Lawrence. I mean, I'm seeing a few players jogging around. Bit lackadaisical, you might say.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think, they've taken the sting out of East Grinstead's a little bit of momentum that they gained in the second quarter when we got that goal. I think the work rate of Surbiton, has ultimately knackered these players out. And, they just got to do what they can to try and close the gap.
No, I'd agree, but it's not as if East Grinstead will give up here. I mean, they're a very strong group, very tightly knit, and it's very unlikely they'll win from here. But they can still get something out of the game. Maybe get a couple goals, 6-3-4, maybe is a bit more respectable, and just build on something going into the next game because they've put together. Before this game, they put together a few good performances, just can't get it over the line. We remember a few weeks ago here at East Grinstead at St Hill, that 3-0 up against Brooklands at half-time, drew 3-3. They would not have been happy about that.
Stotty, very well played there. Make sure he doesn't give away a foot. Composure, wins the foot, and he walks away. Very, very nice from the Scotland international.
Yeah, I mean, Rostock more known for his indoor work, where he is superb in the indoor game. Winning MVP of the final a couple of years ago, but yeah, it's good to see East Grinstead trying to play out here, here we go, a bit of skill.
Not gone 5 there, so East Grinstead keep going. Oh. He beats the player anyway. Luke
here we go.
Challenge. Oh, there's no advantage.
Do me a favour.
He had the ball in the D. That was the kind of break they needed, and now we go back all the way back to Faulkner. I feel like we needed to move the ball forwards there.
No, yeah, I agree. Very, very tough from the umpire there. I don't blame him. It was a clear foul, but East Grinstead driving through into the D with Jamie Wallace.
Great skills. Ooh. That's a sideline ball. Unlucky there. That is the thing. That's the sort of thing we need. I mean, we always encourage team hockey, but I think we do need a bit of brilliance here. As Wallace comes in, can we win a foot? I think Surbiton won that cleanly, unfortunately. Good pressure from East Grinstead, but give away the ball. No. Unfortunate. Backtracking. Back into the zonal press,
yeah. So he's what's going on there?
Bit of a loose one.
Bit of miscommunication, I think there.
That's not a long corner. That is a sideline ball, just about. Ben Mackey comes down. Ball boy gives it. The ball boys have been fantastic.
No, ball boys have been great. Obviously, the ball patrol sponsored by Kitchens Bespoke. Kitchens Bespoke, a local East Grinstead business. For all your kitchen needs, please head to them. It'd be great to see the ball boys though. Always switched on, not doing any of this time-wasting business you might have seen in the Champions League this week. But yeah. Great to see all the youngsters.
Were you a ball boy, Luke?
I was.
When you were junior?
I was, yeah. So that's a throwback. And it's
when were you?
Thursday,
how long ago? That was about 6 months ago, was it?
Oh, yeah. You're full of it tonight, aren't you, Lawrence? No. It would have been at least sort of 10 years ago. Yeah, I played my stint. That was when East Grinstead, they were flying then with the Fly Emirates sponsorship. That was great to see. Love being on the sideline, seeing the likes of Ian Lewis, Barry Middleton, Ashley Jackson, all in the same team, as well as the likes of Liam Guyver. But look at that! The stick. What?
Playing the ball and the stick.
The stick's gone walkabouts.
Are we not going to get the advantage for that?
No, umpire says no. Thanks, Lawrence.
Disappointed. I mean, the stick moved about 10 yards with the ball. Was there an advantage played there? I don't know.
Yeah, look, Dave Beckett on the bench, very upset with that one.
I agree.
It
That
is a terrible decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it is a card if it hits your stick. Is that just me? I don't know actually.
He's on
I'm
the
pretty
ground.
sure.
You're not allowed to play any type of player when you're on the ground. Luke Holland doing his best to try and get away, but the stick just kept moving.
Yeah, I
As
know.
Surbiton break now. Look at the pace.
He had a mind of his
One-on-one
own,
here.
that stick. Oh!
Mistraps it. He's annoyed that he didn't get it on the other side. He's a bit, yeah.
Would have liked that open.
The high
side, I
standards
feel.
is set for themselves at 6-1.
Yeah, exactly, and that was a bit of a dubious decision, I feel, from the umpire. Is that stick at a mind of its own, just walking around the Surbiton 25? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I don't want to create
Get your head on that.
conspiracy,
Oh!
but did the ball have some sort of motorised system in it to keep it moving?
I have no idea what that means. A bit of a long word for me, but yeah, no, I just think it was a bit unfortunate there from East Grinstead not to win the ball. But anyway, I digress. We move forward with Surbiton on the ball. Oh my God!
Great
That's an
little
absolute
bounce there. You've
squeeze.
seen squeeze the ball into the deck
Unbelievable
to get a
techers.
little height on it as Surbiton come in. Great keeping. Oh, just past the back post.
Goodness gracious me!
So as we see there, East Grinstead opting for low stick tackles. Surbiton player, instead of just lifting the ball over the stick, pushes the ball with what Luke Leman described there as a squeeze by pushing it into the ground. That
Love that.
pops up just in time as the flat stick comes in.
Big
and
fan.
able to beat the player.
Big. Oh,
Great little turn and pick and
is
roll
he-
there.
is he no-
he's
is he
he's
taking
not
it
allowed.
yet?
He's got to go 5
taken it?
before he can go
Has he
into the
taken
D. I don't think he's counting
Oh,
that as
great
taken.
ball there.
Mackey
Oh.
comes in. He rolls.
Where's the right half? Where's the right
There's
half?
a lead
was?
there that we needed. Rostock, excuse me, moves
Rusty
forward.
Stott. No, it's weird. I wonder where the right half maybe gone inside the D there, but would have loved an option there. Ben
Fallen
Mackey on the
up.
right.
As well.
Oh,
Can
here we
he
go.
upgrade?
Tom Tyers.
Big challenge.
Ah,
I think
looks
that's
as though
clean,
his foot-
unfortunately. Hands go up from Surbiton.
Yeah,
Luke
he
Taylor
looks-
stood still like a statue. Rare from him.
Yeah.
Great
Oh
little-
my God! How has he seen that?
Great
He's got
vision.
eyes in the back of his head.
Eyes on the back of his head. And the back of his stick.
Oh, haven't heard that one before, but I might use that moving forward as we see. Is that Nick Park? Yeah, moving forward to David Goodfield.
So much space in the middle there for Surbiton as
Ones
they
and twos.
counter.
P's and
And
Q's.
can they
Oh,
upgrade?
here we go. Oh,
Rostock comes away with it.
comes away out the D.
Rostock's brother, formerly an East Grinstead player.
Who? Oh, Niall. Yes, Niall Stott, formerly of East Grinstead. It's good to see a pair of brothers. Obviously, a pair of brothers playing today for Surbiton. Johnny Gall and James Gall. Johnny, of course, captain, and James in the England and GB setup. Oh, here we go.
Something you
David-
see a lot.
Here we
It's
go.
hockey's obviously a genetic thing. He
Oh,
pushed
wow.
him. He absolutely pushed him, and
How
he pushed him
the-
again.
Oh,
I don't know how they haven't given that.
that's a bit like Roy Keane.
How
there,
has he
isn't
not
it?
given that?
I have no
He
idea.
absolutely shoved him in the
He-
back.
No. I think maybe he had one hand on his stick. I have no idea. The elbows were definitely out there.
I
A bit
mean,
Marouane Fellaini-esque.
I'm an East Grinstead fan, and for me, that's a P flick right there.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very physical. I have no idea how he got away with that, Ben Mackey. But
Brothers
nothing
in
wrong with
hockey, you see a
physicality.
lot. You and your own brother playing in the East Grinstead men's twos. We've got Luke Taylor, his brother Zach Taylor, always
Yeah.
living in the shadow of Zach Taylor.
Yeah, no, and it is hard especially when the older brother is very good. I struggle with that. With my older brother, but it's great to see. Obviously, hockey is a very family-orientated sport, and it's great to see, especially the Gall brothers here for Surbiton. Obviously, the Jackson brothers we had at East Grinstead playing in the first team together, which was
Absolutely.
great.
Ashley Jackson, one of the best players to ever grace this pitch.
Wesley Jackson, close behind as well. I'd
Close,
say.
close behind.
Yeah, if not slightly ahead.
Top
to some.
quality player, top quality coach.
Yeah.
Had his injury problems, which perhaps has hindered his career,
Yeah.
but doing his bit. He does his bit for coaching the kids. He's obviously
Assistant coach tonight.
absolutely, great knowledge of the game, applying what he can't perhaps do physically.
That's tough. That's tough on Wes. Not a lot of physical effort required on the sideline, but maybe if we see a goal or two from East Grinstead, we'll see a knee slide or whatnot. Jose Mourinho-esque.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, so many football
Ooh, it looks
comparisons
as
here.
though,
Got 8:58 left on this quarter.
Sorry for filling a bit here, but it looks as though Rostott has taken a serious injury here, being carried off by the manager Rory Britton. And is that Dave? No, it's not Dave Beckett carrying him off, but looks as though it might be quite serious, limping off onto the bench.
Not a player you'd expect to
No.
go down easy.
Hard as nails.
Hard Scottish blood.
Yeah, a Glaswegian as well.
Something's wrong there, and that's a real shame
Yeah,
because
that's a
he's a
real
top quality
shame.
player.
No, he's had an all right game tonight, I thought. Yeah, been solid. He's won the ball a fair few times. But yeah, shame to see an injury, and we hope he gets back on the pitch as soon as possible, and we hope it's not too serious. I'm trying to think of some more hockey brothers, Lawrence. I mean, sisters? Are hockey sisters as well? I mean, brothers. I mean, we obviously have the Stott brothers. If anyone thinks of any brothers or sisters in the same team, We obviously have the Martins playing for England and Great Britain, Harry Martin and Hannah Martin.
Your own sister is a keen hockey player, I believe.
Let's keep the chat about her to the minimum. But yes, she is a keen hockey player, likes to play when she can. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see, as I mentioned before, a very family. A lot of clubs these days, Surbiton and East Grinstead, are definitely getting behind that philosophy of being a family-orientated clubs.
Absolutely.
And great to see everyone, passionate. And it's great to see people listening on the live stream. I mean, if people can't make it today because if it's a long trip or they're somewhere else in the world, we're glad to be able to offer this stream and help them, watch and support their clubs. But the crowd today, I must say, is in great voice and in a great attendance as well.
Yeah, if only the players could give them something to cheer about. We've had the one goal, but apart from that, you must admit Surbiton have dominated this game. As we move into the final 7 minutes, can we see some East Grinstead pressure? Great step. Love that.
I'm a big fan
That's what
of
we want on the front foot.
Wins.
Was that a stick block? No, nothing given. It moves the ball wide, just about. That's a one-handed. That's a Luke Leman special. Can they move it into the D now? Crash ball.
Great
pick.
Game respect game there on the right-hand side.
No,
long corner.
Long corner.
He's giving both
His arms are
up.
going all over the shop.
He looks like a flailing tube man.
Flailing tube man.
Outside of one of those car sales places in America.
Yeah.
But East Grinstead looked to have kept the
But
ball.
somehow the players understood what he meant because we didn't down here. They transfer the ball quickly. Can we find a ball into the D now?
Where are the
lead
leads?
is there.
Ooh.
Picks it. Can he upgrade now? Because he's got 2 men behind him. He's got not much on pass-wise. He's going to have to find some 3D skills, perhaps a foot. He's struggling. He's still got the ball.
Oh, here we go.
And Surbiton won it back.
Here we go. What's going to happen here? A bit of chess match,
Yeah, it's all very tricky here.
The
No one wants to give a foul away.
And the king.
East Grinstead have got the pressure. And it's an East Grinstead ball. Well played.
Oh, I've definite sort of chess match, maybe 3D chess, maybe a bit of checkers in there as well.
4D chess, if anything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't even know there were 4 dimensions. But
there's 12.
Oh, here we go. Umpire's not happy with what? Stop the clock. Have a card, he says. Who's he giving that to? Who's that? Is that? I think it's Ben Mackey. No. What? The Serbs? No, it's Ben Mackey. It's
Luke Taylor comes off the pitch. What a shift he's had today.
I mean, just solid. It looks at the back, just very solid. It's obviously got the one goal, the first goal, which could have proved crucial. But looks very, very calm, very at ease at the back. And not a lot's gone through him, to be honest.
Unfortunate not to make into the British setup at the Olympics this year, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, with that threat from the corner, it's very hard to bet against him, a quality player. But looks to have been moving on, I think, in recent weeks and setting up his own gym, I know, just on the way to sort of Worthing, Eastbourne way in the south of England. So wish him all the best with that. And yeah, here we have Sam Spencer driving forward. How on earth has he seen that? I have no idea.
That is an unbelievable pass. That is an unbelievable pass. How did he see that lead? Was that Clifty all over him, and yet it still finds the stick with the perfect amount of pace on it.
It's just great hockey, and I hate...
That is poor defending, man.
It's completely unmarked, Lawrence.
If he picks that, he's got a free shot on goal at the top of the day.
It's completely unmarked.
Well, maybe he's going to trying to take risks, I mean, they've got to do something. There is 5 minutes left in this final quarter.
Even I do admit, to the neutrals watching, even from the commentary might seem biased, but even from the most biased eyes, Lawrence, this has been a great showing from Surbiton. From the back to the front, I can't think of a bad performance from anyone from their side.
Absolutely. I don't think 6-1 flatters them at all. They've been dominant. And East Grinstead have tried and tried, It's not like they haven't turned up to the races. They've given it all they've got. The 50-50s have been, fought hard, but I think ultimately they've been outdone by class here today.
No, I'd agree. I think they've huffed and they've puffed, but the house hasn't come down, unfortunately. And they've been moving the ball well. I would have liked to have seen East Grinstead maybe have a bit more of possession. Oh, hello.
Wayward one from Clifty there. Perhaps showing a bit of frustration. Just unable to really break through the lines. Surbiton seem fairly happy with East Grinstead's transfer and play there. They're just willing, and then they're winning the ball in the right place.
There's almost a confidence and arrogance about Surbiton where they, in the 1v1 battles, they just back themselves on the pitch.
Absolutely, and why wouldn't you at 6-1? But here comes East Grinstead. That's a miss pick by Clifty. Is that Clifty? Oh, it's unfortunate. I mean, it was a nice little passage of play there. We had a couple in the D to receive. He didn't quite manage to get hold of it to play the pass, and his Surbiton come away. But look at the turn of pace. That is fantastic.
I mean, they say don't dive in, but
look, that is just unbelievable. He tries to find it. He's mispicked it. Keeper makes a save.
Great save from the keeper. You have to say that was a superb there run from England.
I mean, that pick and roll. That pick and roll, and then he's moving the other direction, but somehow his acceleration there gets away from him.
Quick with the ball.
Yeah, that's
just quicker with the ball than he is without it.
That would make sense. Oh, with the ball.
Yes, no, that wouldn't make sense. That's why I said it. You know, it's sort of
sure, yeah. Well, I mean, he plays the ball so far out in front of him that he almost is just running, isn't he? He knows exactly how much pace to put on the ball.
And a great pass as well to the back post.
Look
Here
at
we
that,
go,
comes
on
in.
the baseline.
Great challenge, and there's obstruction. Yeah.
It's a good tackle there from East Grinstead, actually. I believe that was Jared Jones, number 6, just a little flat stick, and then Surbiton backing in using the body, but too much to the umpire's liking. Our umpires today are obviously Mark Jarvis and David Monga. But yeah, we see...
Monga?
That's what I have in front of me, Lawrence.
David Monga, okay.
David.
David Monga, yeah, Spanish lad.
Yeah, I doubt it, but here we go. We see Ben Mackey driving forward. We've got 2.5 minutes to go. It's been a long evening, I must say, for East Grinstead. I mean, it's great to see.
Nice pick and roll. See, this is what we could have done with more of just had that awareness. Can we get a shot off here? Pace on him is good.
Louis Gittins against Aureo Galana, the flatmates. They live together. Oh.
That was a chuck to no one, unfortunately. We need more than that.
I know Louis would have loved to have get. Louis and Aureo obviously live together. I know they would have loved to get one over the other. So Aureo will be maybe a bit ashamed with not getting the clean sheet, and Louis a bit upset to not have got a goal, but.
Mackie on the ball. Can he picks and rolls. Nice skills. Not much in front of him. Well played. That's a green card, surely. Surely we'll see a green card for that. No?
No, I think he's made a meal of that. But I wouldn't. I've seen green cards given for that.
He wants it inside the 25. For those who are watching, that means that the ball can be delivered. Can't be delivered directly into the. Excuse me. And it is. Yeah. Now he moves the ball.
Yards, Lawrence.
Exactly. So now he moves the ball inside that 25, and it moves 5, and now the ball can be played into the D directly.
We're coming to the end of the game now, Lawrence. I want to push you. Who's been your standout player from both teams, and then we'll have an overall man of the match. I mean, for me, I'll go for Surbiton. For me, it has to be David Goodfield. I think carrying the ball moving forward. He's obviously got a brace, I believe. Unlucky not to get the hat trick, but look to be dominating the midfield and the forward battle, and always look dangerous when going forward. From an East Grinstead perspective, what are you thinking? Who stood out for you?
It's tough to say. I can't say that anyone's had a howler. I think everyone's really put a shift in.
Yeah.
I think they've done the best they can. I think Luke Emmett's been good. I mean, Faulkner always solid at the back there. He didn't do too much wrong, but I think they've just been outclassed. It's been a real team
Dan
performance
Faulkner,
from Surbiton.
as you mentioned.
Not a huge amount of individual brilliance, just quality team play. As we said, Ben Boone, the pace on him. But as you said, I think the Surbiton midfield wins it. The way that they've turned the ball, as we see Surbiton enter the D, is there a challenge there?
Here's David Goodfield, as I mentioned.
The reverse isn't on. Goodfield has been absolutely class. Look at the skills on this kid. No one
can
get near him.
How's he kept the ball in that area, Lawrence?
The ball
through the legs. Okay, we've seen it. We've seen it through the legs.
Through the legs. Luke Leman would have been happy. Oh, that's an East Grinstead ball. Luke, you've got to be happy that justifies your ridiculous through the legs passes.
I wouldn't call it ridiculous. I'd call it, as I said, the fans love it, flary. But I think for me, Lawrence, I mean, would you agree? My vote for man of the match has to go to David Goodfield, especially after that play there. He's got the 2 goals.
I'll agree.
Fantastic play from him all round. Dominated the midfield and forward line. Yeah,
the midfield in the Surbiton have been unbelievable. The way that they've just broken through the lines, the change of pace, the little, as we see an aerial come in, and that's not 5. So the ball will be East Grinstead. He's not happy about it, and that's full time.
That's full time. Been a pleasure sat watching with this one with you, Lawrence. 6-1, the final score to Surbiton Hockey Club. That will make them very happy. I'm sure will keep their spot at the top of the table. East Grinstead still searching for that first win of the season. And after a tough game, they'll look to go back to training, try and work on a few tactical nuances, I'm sure. But Lawrence, just some closing thoughts from you on the game.
I think East Grinstead are in a transitional period. There's been some tactical changes. The type of player they're bringing in has started to change. I mean, 10 years ago, East Grinstead were winning the Premier League year after year, and they're not in that place right now. So they've got some things to work out, and I think the effort was there for them, the boys, today. I just think on the 50-50s, the little mini battles over the pitch, they got beaten by a really superior top of the league Surbiton team. I think they can hold their heads high in terms of the effort they put in, but ultimately 6-1 doesn't flatter Surbiton. It could have been more, and East Grinstead have just got to keep working on the training ground, back to basics, and just try and push forward, because that is now 4 losses from 4.
No, I believe they picked up the point against Brooklyn.
Excuse me.
1 point.
1
sorry,
point
after
from
loss
4.
after
Yeah,
5
beg your
games,
pardon.
I believe. Surbiton, 5 from 5 now, and top of the league. And
these were the kind of fixtures that aren't going to make or break East Grinstead's season. I mean, Surbiton, are going really strong, trying to push for the playoffs, if not win the league. So these aren't going to define East Grinstead's season, but yeah, just a real performance of class from Surbiton today.
Yeah, as I say, everyone watching at home, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a real pleasure to have you join me and my good friend Lawrence Richards as we see the East Grinstead go over to thank the fans that have turned out in their
Fantastic
numbers.
fans as always.
We see the fans give the crowd that applause.
Unrelenting support from East Grinstead.
Yeah,
hockey fans.
it's good to see, obviously, through a tough game today. But thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. I've been Luke Leman.
I've been Lawrence Richards.
And we look forward to seeing you at the next home fixture. Thank you very much, everyone.
What I said at 3/4 time stance, okay, there's no lack of effort. So I think for me, I really couldn't ask much more tonight. Yeah, regardless whether I want more goals, it's irrelevant. There are obviously bits, all of us, we can push on that bit, but I think it's an amazing goal.